Hesaplama uzmanıdır. 2006'da en büyük parayı aldığımda da hesaplattırdım. 2006'da yaz. Hesap kitabı olmadığı
Şunu yaz, bunu yaz. Hesap kitap olmadığı için bazen böyle huylarım var. Bunu da anlatayım.
Okay, I think we have a problem, but we don't know yet. So 1 minute, please. Okay, I think we have a problem, but we don't know yet. So 1 minute, please.
Beşli ganyan. Çat. 1, 4. Beşli ganyan. Çat. 1, 4. Hesaplama uzmanı. Beşli ganyan. Çat. 5 çat. Büyük hesaplama uzmanımdır. 2006'da en büyük parayı aldığımda hesaplattırdım. Şunu yaz, bunu yaz. Hesap kitap olmadığı için bazen böyle huylarım var. Bunu da anlatayım.
Belli mi ayarlıyor? Hello everyone, welcome to amberNetworkFestival's Today panel program. I'm Doğan from Darağaç Collective, Izmir, Turkey. I'm a filmmaker and photographer. Let me give you a brief introduction about the amberNetworkFestival. A'21 amberNetworkFestival will take place between the 10th of March and 18th of May 2021 at Oyoun in Berlin. And in the network notes, amberPlatform from Istanbul, New Media Society from Tehran, DAF Project from Shiraz, KounAktif from Casablanca, BAAB from Khartoum, Shahraban from Baalbek, Bishkek Contemporary from Bishkek, ADEF from Cairo and Berlin, and Darağaç from Izmir, Turkey. Welcome to another event of Darağaç Collective. Let me briefly introduce Darağaç. Darağaç is a non-profit art collective located in Izmir Umur Bey Mahallesi and an open space where new communication strategies are experienced. Umur Bey neighborhood, formerly known as Darağaç, is located between Alsancak Stadium and Halkapınar. Used as an industrial zone in the past, today, Darağaç neighborhood hosts artists, artisans, workshops, and residents. Darağaç is also the name of the group of exhibitions that have developed and matured with an atmosphere of intense dialogue and discussions between the artists, artisans, and the residents of the neighborhood. The main goal of Darağaç is to transform the neighborhood into a space where young artists can show their work and to create a common discourse. Darağaç, due to lack of venues in Izmir, acts as a reconciliation zone for the emerging artists and public space. Darağaç has not imposed any subject and material limitations for the artists in the exhibitions it has organized and in the events it has participated in. Darağaç encourages the artists to try new methods in the public sphere. Interdisciplinary works are exhibited or hosted in Darağaç in areas such as painting, photography, sculpture, installation, video, and performance. At the same time, Darağaç is trying to transform into a kind of an experimental city institute. So today we are going to talk about Sounds of Darağaç project. What is Sounds of Darağaç project? Sounds of Darağaç project was brought to life with the collaboration of Darağaç Collective, a neighborhood collective that includes artists who have been producing and living in Alsancak, Umur Bey district of Izmir for the last 6 years. Blue Records from Istanbul, Amsterdam-based record company, and Izmir subcultural music collective Apeiron. Sounds of Darağaç is an auditory memory project documenting the sounds that is produced by the dynamic and cosmopolitan lifestyle in a small auto-industrial zone, surrounded by the neighborhood's daily hustle and bustle in its narrow streets. A sound library was created that includes the sounds of the shopkeepers and their shops such as the oil shop, the car painter, the tea shop, the betting dealer, the meatball shop, motorbike shop, as well as the absurd sounds that randomly echo in the neighborhood. So, welcome everyone. We have Blue Records and Apeiron with us today. Hello Betal, hello Ahmet, Kenan, hello Altay, hello Emre.
Hi.
Hello everyone.
Who would like to start first? Betal, would you like to introduce yourself?
I can. My name is Betal Özay. I'm the co-founder of Blue Records. Just a little bit brief introduction of Blue Records, then I'm going to say a couple of few words how we interact and meet with the Darağaç collective. Rule Records was established by my partner Ahmet, which you will see him soon, in 2018, and we started to release soundtracks because since we come from a strong visual art background, and then we started releasing albums from different artists, including different genres like Anatolian grunge, Anatolian psychedelic rock, gypsy jazz, and we always open our minds for interdisciplinary projects as well. And like 2 years ago, I was living in Izmir, and our story with Darağaç started with the resistance, actually, because a couple of years ago, with some activists living in Izmir, we started to protest this project of the government, which at the heart of the city, which is very close to Darağaç, is almost like neighbors. There's a beautiful industrial factory which was built in 1926. It was Izmir Electric Factory, which in old days is the only sole power plant which was distributing energy to the whole city. And this is an industrial and a cultural heritage, but the government was tear it down and turned into a kind of a shopping mall or some residential project. So we were strongly against this. We want to keep this, changing into like a kind of a cultural hub or a museum. And so we were forming a resistance. And one day we were making a press release in front of my friend, who's an urban planner, asked me, like, do you know this art collective, which is basically neighbor, like, you know, a couple of blocks away. They're local residents here, and they
Betal, can you hear us? Yeah, I think. I think we have sound now, Betal. Can you? Yeah.
Sure.
Your sound is breaking up.
So that's how we met, and then we start to talk about what we can do, like, you know, cooperatively, like we can come up with. And then last year, like, you know, the January 2020, if I'm not mistaken, we paid a visit to Izmir with my partner Ahmet, and I'd like to introduce Ahmet to the collective and the guys and everybody around there, so we can talk, sit down, and talk what we can do. And Ahmet, would you like to talk how the ideas start to form at that point? I think mute, like you need to unmute first.
Yes, now it's okay, I think. Hello, everyone, again. The Betal told me that there's a place and there's an art collective in Izmir, and something touched me, and I said that, okay, if something touched you, we should visit there, and we can see what's going on there. And Betal told me maybe we can produce a sound project there. That's why I was there. And actually I live in Istanbul in 15 years, in the really center of the city, and that we call Beyoğlu and Tophane. And actually there are lots of the cultural movement on the cities from the outside to the banlieue, the suburbs, and the underground culture. For example, my place is Tophane, is really conservative, the place. And there are lots of this sort of trend in 2 years or 3 years ago. There are lots of the art galleries or that sort of art events, but they are coming directly to the streets. There is no connection between the local people and the like in Darağaç. There are lots of repair place and tea place or like that. They don't have any the connection with the local people, and I'm almost against that sort of art movement from the outside to the inside, because it's the art means the sharing and the connection. If I follow that's meaning, I don't want to explain and describe what is art in 5 minutes, but the art doesn't meaning that sort of movement. And when I was in the Darağaç, I realized that the Darağaç, there are many artists, they moved there and they really connected between the local people. And they told me a little story, and that little story made sense, really huge, make sense for me. Then there was I forgot the name, probably the name is Erdoğan, the car repairman. And after 20, he went to home and he looked at his carpets. And after 20 years, he said that, hey, there is a great texture and the graphic design on my carpet. And it was so the important thing because they started to, the Darağaç collective started to connect with the people, and the people, the local people, they got some feedback to them, and they realized that the open their minds and making events together, and that means the movement from inside to the outside. And I said that with the Betal, what we can do here, and when we are turning back to in the airplane, we said that, okay, we got the idea, what we can do. And all together, we came together, we made the produced and the recording sessions or blah, blah, too many technical details. And we said that, okay, we are gonna collect all the sounds from the T spots, from the car repairs, from the streets, even in the car sound or like that. All sounds we collect, and we are gonna produce the huge pool and online pool, sound pool, and everyone can take the sounds from their pool, and all the producers can make a song. So using that sort of samples, we are gonna release to the albums, and we are gonna produce the songs. And we said that, okay, the first step, we collect all the sounds, and from that point, maybe Emre will continue how is going to the process to that sort of collecting sounds and making the production.
Thank you, Ahmet. I was involved in the process of recording and editing the sounds. We recorded in Darağaç Mahallesi. I'm also a member of Apeiron Collective and Artesian Sounds, which Alex, my friend, we run with. Also, he participated in this project with contributing a track to the EP. How I met Darağaç was it's like I had some friends who are fine arts faculty graduates. A couple of years ago, they settled in this in the middle of this neighborhood called Darağaç, in between ever-growing Alsancak and Halkapınar region, which are now, there are lots of skyscrapers built in the building right beside them. And I think this will change the texture of the neighborhood in oncoming years. But the people who live there, the locals, the actually artisans, in their workshops, they are really good at their job. They take really pride in their work, and recording them was really a beautiful process, because they were also so happy with the interests of the other neighbors living in this region. Yeah, they were also happy to include us. They were happy to be included in this project. Well, yes, that's about it. That's how we did it. It was a process to make this library a functioning library, and in about like a month's time. And we have this beautiful sounds with to share with the musicians, the producers all around the world. Maybe we started with locals, the poet and Cairo joined us from Istanbul, and Alex also from Istanbul, he joined us. Well, yeah, I hope this want to be an ongoing project with other versions and ever-growing sound library. Thanks. Also, maybe Altay, my friend from Apeiron Collective, who also involved in this project, they want to continue. Thank you.
In this project, we want to make an experience about the sounds of this area of Izmir, which is located like between skyscrapers and the major artery of the transportation of the city, and we just want to make a library, as Ahmet and Emre said, as a soundscape, how this area of the town sounds like. I think that's the main motive of the project, I think.
Yeah, for us, this is an interesting point also, because in the previous year in Darağaç Collective we had many exhibitions, but we were able to document the street and the neighborhood visually, but creating this atmosphere, creating a sound library of a whole neighborhood, this was something that we never thought about it even. So this actually combines many different projects and relationships too. I remember when we were working on the neighborhood with Emre Can, the reactions of the shop owners, for example, they were, because they knew what happened in the previous years, what happened in the neighborhood too. So when we went there with our microphones and small equipments, they were eager to help. They were most of the time the sound that we got was good enough, but they were eager to give more. So this would mean sometimes it would mean making more sounds and creating this whole mess actually, that because they were eager to help, and they were curious about the outcome of this, because we were trying to explain them. We were saying that we are recording all these sounds, and maybe these sounds will going to be used in a song. So maybe we will make an album, because the timeline of the project back then was not that clear. We had intentions, we knew, we had some ideas about how we are going to publish this work actually. So I want to ask about your question, your ideas, and how do you see, because Sounds of Darağaç project, we have 4 songs from the album, and we created this cassette actually with a design. It's a good old-fashioned cassette. I'm curious about your opinions. Why we decided to move on to the option of a cassette, not a CD, or not only digitally? Why we chose the cassette? And I would love to hear your opinions as well about it.
Just I can start and then
sure.
give it to Ahmet. Because at the end, by including the Apeiron Collective and 2 rap artists, we almost have the theme of the whole album, which is almost like a underground movement which fits perfectly with the what Darağaç represents. And then in old days, as we know, in the music business, in the music world, usually the merchandise, like cassettes, vinyls, and CDs were the most popular medium, but now it's streams. But of course, I'll give you one statistic, if you want to survive, by depending on a stream revenue, you just by a kind of a standard income, you have to have your song needs to be listened almost like 1 million. So and we try to take this fact into account and sort of criticize the streaming movement. There are a lot of streaming platforms, but the musicians, in fact, they cannot really survive based on these streaming platforms, which couple of artists takes is almost in what they say in US, like, you know, the winner takes it all. Like they take the most of the revenue, but very few left and distributing among a lot of different artists. So in this project, like why we produce cassette and we didn't put any of the songs into any streaming platform, we want to take this almost like a political stance against streaming. And we want to point out that, like, you know, this kind of a new way of exploiting the creative material is not, it could be good for the consumers, could be more accessible, of course, but for the creators and for the musicians, it's not fair. So we want to produce cassette for a reminiscence of time when things look like much fairer. And we work with cassette producers in Berlin, actually. Like there are not too many producers, like, you know, only 2 factories in Europe, like, you know, where they produce cassette, but it's gaining popularity as vinyl exceeds the sale number of I think CDs, like, you know. So I think it's coming back as well as a medium, and that was one of the pillar of one of the point that we take into account. So Ahmet, would you like to add a few words about that?
I would like to add some emotional things, because as an artist, as I'm releasing an album, I'm releasing also album, but there is the feeling that every Friday there are many artists and many songs in 60,000 songs and uploading in every day just on the digital platforms. This is huge, and there are some fighting to visibility and that sort of streaming. And as an artist, as a listener, I really miss to keep in touch directly to musicians, the audience to the musicians and artists. And that's emotional part, but it's really important things, because we construct all the things on the emotions. That's why.
For me, it was the cassette, the format of cassette, seeing this as think this as a subject, as an object, actually. It has this sentimental value, as you said, Ahmet. I mean, most of the people who buy this cassette, they are not going to put in their tapes and listen it. Maybe, I mean, I'm sure most of people doesn't have the cassette players. But the thing is, having this as an object it's for the memory, actually. It's good memory, actually. But we designed the cassette booklet, and we put a QR code there. So if you would like to listen the song, you can use the QR code to listen it digitally. But having this as an object, it was something interesting for me to have this feeling, actually, because you're having it as a memory. It's almost like a sculpture in a way. So it was an interesting choice, and I believe that the sentimental value of it is very important. Yesterday, by the way, we had the launch event of the cassette. If you would like to watch, we had a live streaming. You can watch from amberPlatform's YouTube channel and Oyoun's Vimeo channel if you would like to have the simulation of being there feeling. So, and we have a music video, guys. Would you want me to play the music video? We made this music video, and you will have many different views from the neighborhood. Let me make the settings. Yes.
Gölgeler uzar, duvarlar parlar. Eski zaman mayhoşlukları. Kalfalar, ustalar, çıraklar. Bakkalda 37 ekran. Poster duvarda büyük Altay. Yok olurken sürekli hafızan. Çalınırken tüm hatıralar. Buldum kendimi kaybolarak. Pencerelerden perdeler. Süzülürken bir anda ben. Buldum kaybettiğim her şeyi. Durdurdum zamanı sanki. Gizli bir liman gibiydi belki. Mahallenin derinlikleri. Çay ocakları, atölyeler. Kırmızı kiremitler, kediler. Tamirhane önlerinde bekler. Renkler burada başka renkler.
yeah, I think
we can say that sort of teaser.
Yeah, like, you know, it's like
Rest
like
is on YouTube. Rest is on YouTube. By the way, I would like to add little announcement. And yes, right now we have a pool, and a huge pool. I think is 2 gigabytes or like that, and all the sounds from the Darağaç on the streets. This is the first step of the project. And then we are gonna use that samples, and we are gonna work with another musicians and another producers. And the announcement is, if someone would like to use that samples and make a song, please contact us with Darağaç, Emre, or Cem. I'm okay to close the announcement.
I just had a small connection problem, so I don't know if the video was okay.
We also just Ahmet made an announcement about, like, you know, we have the sound library, and if somebody wants to use it and produce something out of it, like, you know, it's free, it's out there, and maybe this could take us to the next chapter in the conversation about the future, like what we want to do, like, in the next. And maybe you can also, like, you were talking about the event last night, like, and how was it? What was the experience like? How did people in the neighborhood, how they embrace it, or how they accept that? Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, we had our as a collective, we had our last exhibition in September, last year September. So it was the COVID times. There was curfew. There were limitations. You were not able to move even. But we decided to have an event. But of course, we were not sure about it because we were expecting less people also. But this year, it's because the restrictions are not totally. I mean, the restrictions are still there. But yesterday event was started at 6. So in Turkey, we have a curfew after 9. So we thought that let's make this at 6 so that less people will come to the neighborhood, and it will be, you know, less dangerous for the rest of the neighborhood, for the locals too. But it didn't happen like that. What happened was people started coming around 5:30, and more people started to come. So around 8, the neighborhood was full of people. I mean, especially these 2 main streets that we use for the exhibition. So what we saw, other than the feedbacks that we gathered, but this yesterday's event showed us something different. It was a different feeling. The different feeling was this: people were, it's because of all these restrictions, of course, we saw that people are having the urge of socializing, being able to touch someone, or I don't know, having a drink together, this kind of things. And yeah, maybe we should have been more careful, but seeing that people are having this communication in the neighborhood, in an open field, in an open area, it was something nice for us, other than the exhibition itself. So for the Sounds of Darağaç exhibitions, yesterday's exhibition, we have this cassettes. So the idea was, the question was actually how we can exhibit these cassettes. So we had to find a solution. I mean, putting them on a table wouldn't be nice. It should be. We needed something more, because this album, this whole concept, this whole idea behind it, it's something more than that. There are some subtle meanings too. So we decided to move on the idea with this idea. The idea was this. We said with our friends, let's go to the car mechanics, the shops in the neighborhood, couple of shops, and let's ask them what they can give to us. Like, I mean, the first thing that came to my mind was having this big block engine, you know, having this whole engine, hanging it to our headquarters with some chains, and putting the cassette there. So, but this is practically not possible because it's something really heavy. We were not able to do this, of course. So instead, we gathered some pieces of car engine pieces from 3 different stores, and we had these small pipes that we had no idea what this is for, but it came with the package, with the stuff that we gathered from the shop. So we made this kind of a sculpture that consists of car parts and some pipes, some things that we had no idea what is it for. So we made this sculpture-like object, and we put the cassettes in certain parts of the installation, and it turned into something else, because thinking that this sound is the neighborhood sound, right? And the music that is coming from this sound is actually coming from the car parts in a way. The feeling of hearing the sound that it's coming from an engine. So we wanted to create this feeling for the exhibition, and we had really nice feedbacks, and people were interested to see more for the project. And we had 2 indoor places. The first one was the headquarters. By the way, we will publish